To my YouTube channel, and this is regarding post-op BSG surgery. My name is Sharon. This week I am talking to you about supplements. Before I get to that topic, let me run through what this last week has been like for me. As far as numbers go, there isn't a whole lot of change. Last week I wasn't feeling very well. And I actually didn't make it to the gym at all last week. So I was not expecting a lot in terms of numbers. I did lose 1 pound. My beginning weight when I started the process was 254, and my BMI was 41 or 40 plus something. And so as of this week, I am now down to 208, which is still is 1 pound. Without exercising. I'm happy with that. I was able to stick to my diet pretty well. So my goal for this week is to try to get back into the gym, the same amount of time that I was doing prior to being sick. So I am almost at my 2-month anniversary of gastric sleeve surgery. My surgery date was December 30th of 2014, so I'm getting close to the 2-month mark. And I've added some new supplements, so that's kind of why I wanted to introduce this next topic for this week. The supplements was confusing for me. There's a lot of different things to know, and so I kind of wanted to share with you what I'm taking and then what I'm doing to help myself remember to get everything in. Because I'm not sure if you know, but supplements are a huge part of your lifestyle after you have a gastric sleeve surgery or any type of weight loss surgery. It's something that I will have to do for the rest of my life, and not following through with what I'm expected to take for supplements will there's some pretty severe consequences for that. So I find it pretty important that I do understand the process and have some sort of help in place to keep me mindful of taking those things. So to start, before the surgery started, or before I had the surgery, I guess it would be pre-op, and then post-op, I took 2 different supplements. I was taking the multivitamin, which actually needed to be chewable, so I just found the Flintstones children's vitamins to be pretty good, and my doctor was fine with me taking those. So I take 2 Flintstone multivitamins in the morning, and then I take 2 Flintstone multivitamins at night. I don't have a bottle here to show you because I actually just ran out of those. But those I was taking prior to my surgery, and then right away after I had the surgery. Along with that, I was also taking my calcium. And the calcium can be tricky to find in the stores. I was asked to take calcium citrate, chewable. And I found a lot of the calciums in the stores were calcium carbonate, which are not good for the new stomachs after surgery. So what I'm taking for calcium is I'm taking the Bariatric Advantage. It is sugar-free, and they are calcium citrate. I can't tell if you can see this. They are chewy. There's 500 milligrams per little square, and I chose the caramel flavor, and they're delicious, actually. They taste like a piece of caramel candy. Not too sweet, but there's a couple different flavors. I think there's chocolate, there's peanut butter, I think, and then I think there's the caramel. I am fortunate enough to be able to get those from my hospital's pharmacy, and they work in conjunction with my surgeon. So that's pretty handy, and I really love that I can do that. I don't know as far as if the vitamin shops carry them, or I don't believe that your general superstores will carry them, but you can get them online, and yeah. So those were the 2 vitamins that I needed to take. both before and after surgery. And then the other two, I had to wait until I was 6 weeks post-op before I could introduce those along with the others. So now that I am past my 6 week mark, past my 6 week mark, I have iron and B12 come into play as well. Now the iron I am taking is also this Bariatric Advantage, and it's chewable, and I think it's 29 grams. So I'm doing that, and that I take in the evenings before bed. And then for my B12, I'm taking this, and this is 500 milligrams or something, 500. And I take that, it's a dissolvable tablet, and it's really small. I don't even know if you can see it. It goes under the tongue, and it just dissolves in 30 seconds or something. But they're really tiny. And I think these are probably things that you can find. See, it's just really small. These are things, I think the B12 is probably something you could find like at a Walmart or a vitamin store. But again, these two things I also buy at my hospital's pharmacy. So now you know what I take, and then the timing of when I take these is also pretty important. So I take the multivitamin and the calcium. I take those in the morning, and then I take another calcium at noon, and then I also take a third calcium at dinner. And the reason I do that is because, like I said, these are 500 milligram, and I'm required to take 1,500 per day, 1,500 milligrams per day. However, if you take more than 500 milligrams at a time, your body's only going to be able to absorb 500 milligrams. So that's why you break it up into three different times a day that you take it. So again, I take the calcium in the morning, at lunch, and then at dinner time. And then in the evenings after bed, or before bed, after dinner and before bed, I take the B12 and the iron. And the reason I do that is because the B12 cannot be taken in conjunction with the calcium. There needs to be at least, I believe, a 2-hour time difference there between when you can take the calcium and the B12. So to me, that gets confusing to remember. Okay, which can I take when, and how many do I have to take there? So what I did is I bought at Walmart, I bought this pill box, and it's a pretty ginormous pill box, kind of like what my grandma used to have. I like this one because it has the 4 different times of day. You know, it's Monday through Sunday, and then it also breaks it down morning, noon, evening, and bedtime. And I like this because I need the 4. I can't do with just 3 or just the 1, and I can't do that. So, so this works very well. I can do, like I said, my multivitamin is here and here, my calcium is here, here, and here, and then my B12 and my iron is down here. Now, as much as you think that would be helpful, I still manage to forget to take something along the way at some point during the day. You know how it is. You get going, and all of a sudden it's past lunch, and oh my God, I forgot my calcium. So I also added the entries onto my calendar in my phone. And I've got 4 entries per day, and so every morning, every noon, every dinner time, and every evening before bed, my phone, the calendar notification will go off, reminding me to take my vitamin. And that really is extremely helpful. There's basically no way I can forget. And that's been working out wonderfully for me. So that's what I have in terms of supplements. And obviously your doctor has his or her own method and instructions for taking what they're going to require for you to take. Most of these are pretty standard as far as I know. Most people who I know that have had surgery are taking similar medications. There's no distinct, there was a question someone asked me are these supplements specific for bariatric patients? No. I mean, calcium citrate is calcium citrate, and whether you buy the Bariatric Advantage brand, it's you can buy another brand. I mean, it doesn't have to be a specific brand just for bariatric patients. So that's about all I have for right now. The next time I come back, I am going to talk about helpful tools for eating, such as utensils and bowls and dishes, and little tips that, if you're struggling to get your food down, then maybe I can help with what has been working for me. So thanks again for the watch. And again, any questions or comments or tips, bring them on. I'd love to hear it. So I thank you, and I will talk with you soon. Okay, bye.